Das müsste ich mal so machen. Nein, Valley. Ja, die hat ja hier doch den Laden sogar. Nee, warte mal, das ist die Muri, ne? Now you'll have some pretty interesting stories. Don't get your panties in a wise, I'm not gonna pry. Blah blah blah. Wait, did she say 4? P, you got to keep it down, or I guess it's too late for that. Why do you think you're fooling? I almost feel bad for you. The idea of being subtle and I don't see you getting very far. She's really tearing into us. I don't know, let's think about it. Didn't see the sign of the storefront says. Correct, this is Ninevale's main store. Jingo would be her daughter. It's one of the few businesses that caught my attention as Governor General and certain seems to have its uses. Still covering your rear end, you're a real piece of work. What are you guys talking up about? Someone explain it to me. I'll know it if it's all whispering, wrap it up. Trying to run a business here, either buy something or get out. Yes, ma'am. She has a point, stores like this are more of our style. We should probably stock up while we're here. Trade. Oder mal check Bargain bringen. Das sind die Sachen, was wir verpasst haben. Was ist das? Prankster? Nee. Genbu. Attack and crafts can poison or petrify enemies at 25% chance. Alter, das ist schon. Uiuiui. Ich würde das noch gern haben, ey, weil das CP-Gain plus 30% ist schon geil. Aber da brauche ich 60 Material, Alter. Das sind aber alle so Sachen, die wo du wahrscheinlich in dem verdammten Reverie-Korridor sammeln musst. Wir sind da hinten gekommen, da kommen wir da rum, oder? Harbor District? Shop. Achso, das sind Vending Machines. Da vorne ist ein Fishing Spot. Ja, on patrol, also Panzer soldiers we feared about. Truck to see them deploy in a city, also more reason not to get in a fight with one of these things. Soldiers or not, we can't afford to be spotted by the enemy. Let's put some distance between us. Ah, jetzt komme ich dahin. So, that's the Supreme Leader, huh? From a distance, he really does look exactly like Rufus, other than his haircut. You struggle to tell them apart. Ah, er hat doch die Haare geschnitten. Shit, is our cover blown? Isn't it one of the highest top brass? Take any chance, we must move at once. I think we're good now. Should be able to get to the entertainment district up ahead now. Is it just me or are there lots of people here? Just you will have to take proper precautions. Wow, some crowd, huh? You're watching whatever is on screen. It's your fake boss. It appears to be a recording.
As you well know, Western Zemuria is in a lamentable state. Jirai and North Ambria have become frequent targets of terrorism, and racial conflict remains rife throughout the Calvard Republic. Evil is no longer a seedling to be uprooted with ease. It has bloomed and dispersed corruption across the entire continent. Yet all hope is not lost. I ask that you remember the ideals of the late Blood and Iron Chancellor, Gileath Osborne. He understood that if we could not eradicate evil in parts, that we must then be united as a whole through armed might. If we forego a unified system to divide and allocate our resources where they are best needed, we will never know true peace. That is why I, Rufus Alberea, the successor to His Excellency's legacy, have vowed to bring our many great nations together. We cannot let evil continue to sow its seeds. We must fight back for the sake of humanity's future. And should any neighboring country to which I extend this warm invitation refuse, they will receive due judgment for their arrogance.
Oops, this is just crazy. Now 2 ways about it. And the boss is crazy for wanting to stop him. Now 2 ways about his time too. Takes that as a compliment. What's he talking about? Uniting as a whole? Forcing it through armed might is not better than terrorism. God on Crossbell-Polizei for pushing back. Surprised the figures they make quick work of anyone speaking ill of them. Look, as the channel has changed. Ilya Platier from Arc and Seal. Wieso hat er den gleich erkannt? This one looks like a live feed. He's right, we just keep waiting for peace to happen, it'll never come. Crossbell is the economic hub of Zemuria. Our job is to lead and pave the way for the rest of the world. Every word Supreme Leader Rufus had said rings true. He's a very symbol of hope for our future. Echt, Alter? Durch den Bildschirm geht es sogar? Something about these people is making me uncomfortable. Say any idea? Alter, sogar die sind affected. Rufus, why are you just standing there? Bored of this, let's go somewhere else, please. Rufus, hey Rufus, are you listening? Hey Swin, Nadia, why are you talking to me? Are you bullying me? Huh? Wait, Rufus. Nadia, Swin. What's going on?
Mercuria.
Wer war das? Die Stimme kenne ich, glaube ich, nicht. Ah.
Over here.
Die Ren? Irgendwie so. Aber Alter, aber dass sogar die Effekte damit getroffen werden, das war ja beim Ding nicht so, ne? Bei der SSS.
Whoa, check out all the dolls. It's LP as far as the eye can see. I'll thank you to remember that I'm a Rosenberg doll. I'm in a different league compared to those garden variety specimens.
And yet, some of these were in fact made by the studio of which you speak.
Really? Oh, you're right! This perfectly sculpted masterpiece is unmistakably a Rosenberg.
You have our thanks. Now, would you prefer Angel of Slaughter or Ren Bright?
Call me whatever you like, Jade Rook.
Angel of Slaughter, Jade Rook?
I suspected something wasn't right about our new Supreme Leader. And seeing you explains why.
Hat die nicht eine andere Stimme gehabt?
I've heard you were an astute one, and you do not disappoint.
Someone you know?
Not on a personal level, no. But we are familiar with one another's backgrounds.
I honestly didn't expect to meet you quite like this. Though, truth be told, my interest is mostly in her.
You are associated with Jörg Rosenberg, if I'm not mistaken. She is? He did a lot for me in the past. I guess you're the same as us then. So it seems. My name is Ren Bright, and Science Fate has brought us together. What say we make the most of it? You're a friend of the Meister? I suppose you were about to meet eventually. My name is Swin. Ich kann das nicht rausbringen, dass das Swin ist, Alter, nicht Schwein. Swine. Nadia, I have a feeling you and I are gonna be two peers in a pot. What a coincidence, I was just thinking the same thing. We totally have the same vibe. This would be heartwarming if it wasn't borderline chilling. Incidentally, if I may ask. Since you are aware of her existence, might you have heard something about her from the Meister? Not as much as you're likely hoping, I'm afraid. He contacted me a short while ago and all he mentioned is that she exists. He also asked me to help her if she ever needed it. You don't know anything about her background then? I'm afraid not, sorry to disappoint you. Then our objective remains unchanged, we should make for the Rosenberg studio. Oh, is that where you headed? Then might I join you? Haven't been there for some time, but it seems to have been occupied by someone exceptionally unpleasant. I was thinking of giving the place a little spring cleaning, but it's a bit too much for me to handle alone. So we would be glad to have you as our guide. I wonder what Jingo would say if she knew we had another kid to our picnic group. Welcome to the Imperial Picnic Front, Ren. That's not our name. The Imperial Picnic Front. Before we depart, there's one more thing we should confirm. Yeah, I don't want to run into trouble like we did earlier again. What did we witness in the entertainment district before you came to save us? It's a form of mind control employed by the Supreme Leader. Seriously? So he's brainwashing people? The principle is similar, but it works somewhat differently. It can be used across a wide area and the effects are cumulative. It was able to save you with Orbital Arts earlier because its effect hadn't fully set in yet. But the residents in Crossbell who have been exposed to it multiple times won't be as easy to save. And the weapon bringing about this from our mind control is Ilias Platia's dance. So it seems. Also, I still don't know exactly how it all works. But alas, now the fallen Sun Princess casts shadows over everyone's heart like that of an eclipse. That's how they are able to keep the people in control despite how forcefully they took over Crossbell. I hope Arix is okay. Arix? Regardless, I think we've established it is not something we are capable of countering at present. Let us be off. LP, time to mosey. Just a minute. If you don't hurry, we're gonna sell you in the shop. Then you'll be stuck in the display case, unable to move just like the stores. There's be no more walking, talking, or yummy desserts for you ever again. I'm coming! I'm coming! You big meanie. Alter, wie geht's erschrocken, Digga? Wer kommt jetzt denn?
Customers I spy. What a peculiar bunch you are.
Wait, when did you put that on? I thought it was broken. I always carry a spare. You arrived at just the right time. I'm about to get going. Thank you for taking care of me these past few days. Think nothing of it, dearie. Are you headed off with these people then? That's right. Can tell you know for quite a hood. Hehe, oh, no doubt. Und sie sieht das erstes. Stars above. I see that old man made himself a new model. Just look at how expressive she is. This woman scares me. Impressed you were able to tell she's a Rosenberg so quickly. Hey, couldn't convince you to part it with her, could I? Make it more than worth your while. You won't regret it. How much are we talking? Gosh, now I'm tempted. How could you even think of selling me? You can drop the act now, Nadia. I'm afraid she's not for sale, ma'am. We still have need for her ourselves. I see, that's a shame. Well, my offer still stands if you ever change your mind. Ich hab die alte schon ganz vergessen. Ich dachte, hä, war das der Renier Shop? Time to make our way for the Mines Mountain Path. Alter, das sind Fenster, als ob die jetzt nicht sieht, wer da war. What a fun little gadget this is. Snagged one of our during last year's spy debacle, I'm guessing? Correct. Hey, you never miss a beat, do you?
Time to go.
All right.
I shall.
Hotel Millennium. Oh, das sind die anderen. No matter how many times I see Ilya signs the debut in his last answer, I can't get over it. We upped her game big time before any of us have a time to catch our breath. It sucks to say it out loud, but it yeah, okay. This is a song stress. How pitiable. None of them appear to be in their right mind. like to go? Mine's mountain path. Following this path, it will eventually take us to the one leading to the studio. I'm just wandering around, but I think we can take our chances. We can, yes, but what about you? Oh, you don't need to worry about me. I've got my weapon right here. Wow, that's so neat. Hehe, why, thank you. So you use a scythe there? What a peculiar choice. It simply belies just how difficult it is to wield. I can use most weapons, sure, but this is one always had my heart. Because it's neat? Because it's perfect for slicing off heads? No. No, indeed, I'm just joking. The more I get to know you, the more I think we're going to be the best of friends. Like you if you didn't bond with her over beheading people. Are you any of you familiar with United Fronts? Can't say that I am. Is it unusual that we don't? In the early stage of development, so not really. The new Arcus too. Achso, ja, das hat man ja. They had better teamwork than gave him credit for, so I've been wondering if there was more to it. A version of combat links. You hit nail on the head, even affects the students, blah blah blah. You might be able to pull it off. Worst attempting is any ever. I agree, there are actually 5 of us. Sounds like a plan to me. Sehr schön, jetzt können wir das endlich auch nutzen.
How could you, Nadia? How could you think to sell me off to that woman? Ah! Oh, how couldn't I when your cuteness is worth a fortune? I wouldn't want to insult you by cheaping out. I'm that cute? Well, that is true. I forgive you.
This was an alarming about face.
Wie geil. Halt, warte, da geht's ja nur zur Kirche. Jetzt dachte ich, ich könnte da was
Cathedral
abgreifen.
here is pretty famous, isn't it? It's sure ritzy enough to have earned a big name. The building is beautiful, and the air is so clean. I love it.
Guess the brainwashing doesn't have much impact here. It won't hurt to take a quick look around.
Sie hat definitiv eine andere Stimme. Aber, ich muss zugeben, ich glaube, die gefällt mir eher wie die letzte. Wobei ich mich an die letzte auch nicht mehr so erinnere. Aber ich glaube, die war kratziger? Ich habe keine Ahnung mehr. Müsste ich mir nochmal anschauen, aber ich bilde mal ein, in den Trace of Cold Steel Spielen hat sie auf jeden Fall eine andere Stimme gehabt. Oh. So können wir das komplett aufladen, oder? Da die Ladezeiten jetzt auch nicht so schlimm sind. Also für später mal oder so. Nö. Ah, da ist eine Truhe. Waren denn nicht auch diese riesen Ameisen?
I've got you where I want you.
I shall. And bam!
I'll take care of it. How about...
How shall we play? Yeah! Got you!
Sehr schön.
Asking for it. Flow. Okay.
Nein, nicht Auto, jetzt.
Flow.
My turn! Ah!
All right. All you were was weak.
Ah, sehr schön. Weil die Dinger hochleveln ist immer sehr geil. Weil du einen Haufen Benefits bekommst davon. Natürlich müsste man noch mehr kämpfen, damit man noch mehr Benefits bekommt, aber... Dazu habe ich dann auch wieder keinen Bock.
Yep.
Was hat denn jetzt Steam da für mich? ein Seel, ich hab doch das sogar. Bringt's mir da irgendwo. Wow. Das ist ein böses Monster. Oh Gott. Oh, da unten ist eine Truhe. Ja, da gehen wir definitiv hinunter. Verzieht so komisches Viech. Aus der Bahn, jetzt komme ich.
I'm curious to see what's in that chest
True
myself.
Composal Shawl. Parents petrified.
Hip!
Finn Rosenberg Studio. Ah, da geht's schon weiter. What was that? Something wrong, Rufus? Er kriegt jetzt auch so ein Ding. No, it's nothing. What is this him sensing? Main story to advance. It will only be possible to go any further through the story of a brief period. Proceed. Er merkt, er hat so einen Spiegel. Oh, much longer, I'm so tired. Really, we haven't even walked that far yet. The studio isn't too far from here. And you? You sure there's nothing wrong? You're acting awful preoccupied. I simply don't think it's worth mentioning. No, wait. Ja, er hat auch so einen Spiegel. What is that? Looks like a piece of a mirror or something, so the design is really weird too. Take you for the type to collect trinkets. Was that is trinkets? I'm not I could tell you where it came from. It just suddenly appeared in my pocket. And it what? How could that be possible? I don't know the answer to that, but or not, we can afford to leave it unanswered. A predicament indeed. Lock, das heißt, ich muss mit den anderen weiterspielen. Die brechen jetzt nach Norden auf, ne? Wolfram Palace, former Chancellor. Oh, okay, noch nicht. Thank you for giving us much of your time today. You're helping us attend to the aftermath of recent events. Of course, we couldn't try to blind the eye after seeing it for ourselves. If you're investigating the coup d'etat further, are responsible as much as anyone's. We've rounded up most of the people involved by now, haven't we? I believe you have, and with Princess Alfin and Lisa's assistance, we were able to look into suspicious relatives of fellow students as well. Some suspects still at large, but it's only a matter of time before they're in custody. I'm so pleased that I was able to help. The classmates seem genuinely shocked to learn that their relatives were up to. I can't say I blame them. You'd think they could hold off on the crazy until things in Crossbell calm down. The timing is on point and the EDS showed up there here too. I assume they are linked, yes. It's been aware that some of the army were opposed to the ceasefire and subsequent downsizing of the military. It's frustrating to not have seen the extent of the opposing coming until after they'd made their move. You can't blame yourself for this representative. Besides, maybe this works out better. It gives you the chance to take out the obvious trash instead of sniffing it out for yourself. That's true, with so many of them confirmed to be in custody, we should have to worry about the capital for a while now. Plus the information we got will make it easier for Dad and General Van Dyke to take actions. We each have our burdens to bear here, so it's best to focus on what you can do as the current head of your own nation. I'm sure Marquez is also doing what he can in Crossbell. Indeed, you hit the nail on the head. Don't have time to dwell on past mistakes or what I should have done with Crossbell as it is. The prince and lady is still missing. Alright, I think we've covered all we can in the coup d'etat problem. Let's turn our focus on the other big issue we need to think about. Rufus. It's not possible for him to be both near the capital and running Crossbell at the same time. So then who did we see? You said you requested an investigation into that, right, Milliam? Yep, while we were taking care of the coup stuff, it should be about...
My apologies for the delay.
Ah, Ding. Guten Tag.
Just the gal we need.
Sind das neue Uniformen?
What's the word, Claire?
Well, it took longer than I'd hoped, but this information came directly from our sentries near the border. They confirmed that Crossbell's new supreme leader never left the state while C was active.
Then he wasn't lying.
Yeah, there really are two Rufuses.
Rufuses.
But how is that possible?
It isn't.
It's preposterous, even. Or so I would say had we not seen him in the flesh.
He played us enough to be the real thing.
He sure did. First he calls himself C and sets things up so we'd make our way to the capital. Then he gets us to take care of that coup for him, while he gets away with whatever info the EDF provided him.
Using every means at his disposal has always been his way. And this was no exception.
Then are we in agreement that the Rufus and Crossbell isn't the real one?
The evidence seems to point that way at present. Perhaps it is also my hope that it points that way.
I doubt it, since I'm inclined to agree. Rufus acting the way the Supreme Leader does after what he went through doesn't make as much sense to me. You had to have had an effect on him in some way at the Imperial Fortress, Eustace.
I would like to believe that as well. Have you learned anything more about the 3 children accompanying him?
We're still looking into them, I'm afraid.
I know our side can't talk, but they were strong as hell for being kids.
All I can confirm from my end is that no record of them exists in the Intelligence Division's database.
Too underground for even the ID to pin down means it'll be extra tough for us.
It's best to assume they and whoever was controlling the airship are hired help.
It should have been impossible for your friends to win. Eustace, members of Class 7, please, tell me why.
Tell me why.
It's because you refuse to rely on anyone but yourself. We won't be getting anywhere wondering what he's up to here. I propose we move on using the one lead he provided.
If you wish to know what befell the Courageous Two, make for the Nord Highlands.
Do you feel you can trust his word enough to warrant going to the Highlands, Rean?
If anything else, I did get the impression that he is actively against the Supreme Leader. There's likely some ulterior motive behind telling us that lead. But Eustace is right that we should use it. Especially if there's any chance we can help Crossbell in the process.
I'll respect your decision, of course, but...
Some of us will have to remain in the capital. The aftermath of the coup d'etat requires some attention before it can be considered resolved.
I'll stick around for it. May as well see it through. It'd be good to hit up the Entertainment District and the Bracer Guild for info while I'm here too.
Gaius is in the middle of an investigation of his own in Nord, I think. There should be enough people if you meet up with him and anyone else who's up east.
Muse is also planning to travel from the branch campus to join him. But will that be enough under the circumstances?
Then will we suffice?
Ah, die Wender Boys.
Kurt! And...
Hello there again. Sounds like you've been making some headway into the investigation.
Müller Wender.
About your lead. Since our father is still occupied in the West, we will be accompanying you in his stead. May we Vanders be of great service.
Mir ist fast egal, wer mitgeht. Ich brauche auf jeden Fall genug, dass ich das andere Ding einsetzen kann. Dieses Spezialmanöver-Zeugs da. March 19. The next morning, Muse arrived as planned from Leaves and reunited with the group. Then they waited for the freight train, which Claire had arranged to take them to North to depart. Warte, ihr könnt mich nicht mit Muse allein lassen, Alter. Kurt ist ein Weichei und der andere Wenderboy, ich habe keine Ahnung, was er kann. Aber niemand kann Muse stoppen, wenn wir alleine mit ihr sind. We are going to be transferring onto the RMP train partway through the trip. And hopefully reach Sender Gate around noon. That'd be great, then we can start our investigation right away. Thank you all for coming to see us off. I apologize for showing us so suddenly and creating all this disarray. Aber die Altina muss dabei sein, die gehört halt einfach dazu. Not at all, it was glad to have the opportunity to see you again. I'm sure my brother's disappearance must be weighing heavy on your heart too, Lieutenant Colonel. My voice pale in comparison to the heartache you must feel, Your Highness. Rest assured that we'll do all I can to do at ease as soon as possible. Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel. I'm counting on you too, Muse. Of course, I will take good care of your dear instructor in Eura and Elise's stead. Oh, but don't fret, I won't let my personal feelings get in the way of my work. Ah, is this really the time?
What's wrong? Our group is pretty stacked for this, so I don't think you need to worry.
I am worried, but not about that. We all refrained from voicing our concerns yesterday. But you're not going to take on too much to compensate for what those soldiers said, are you? The ones from the underground.
You're a filthy traitor, Ashen Chevalier! So many of us joined the army to follow in your footsteps, only for you to trample all over our ambitions. You couldn't possibly understand the frustration of those who died in that war, or even those left behind. It's time you took responsibility for your actions.
It's true. Their words did affect me. They reminded me that for some, the war never really ended.
Try to see them as the exception they are.
Exactly. That isn't your fault, Rean.
I know. But it's also not something I can turn a blind eye to. It's only by understanding one another that we will be able to move forward. At least, that's what I think now.
We just don't want to let that consume you.
Everyone in the Imperial Army bears that responsibility, myself included.
None of us here want you to shoulder that burden alone. Isn't that right? Altina? Muse?
Oh, absolutely. Class 7 is and will always be about supporting one another.
I think they've echoed my sentiments.
Well then, have a safe journey. If there are answers to be found in Nord, then I know you'll find them.
Thanks. Keep us in your thoughts.
Die drei Schwestern. Immer noch eine der geilsten Szenen, wo er die Prinzessin rettet, Mann. Also im zweiten Spiel. Ich meine, retten tut er so öfter. Sendergate. Waren wir überhaupt mal im dritten oder vierten Teil? Changed trains as planned and arrived in Chitulets in North Highlands. They found several of their friends already waiting for them.